Welcome back. Today our topic is congruence of triangles. Congruent. In geometry, congruent means identical in shape and size. Example, consider two boxes A and B. Now, place box B over box A. We observe, box B covers box A completely and exactly. This means, the two boxes, A and B, are of the same shape and size. So such objects are said to be congruent. Or, congruent objects are exact copies of one another. So, the relation of two objects being congruent is called congruence. In geometry, congruence means two shapes are identical in size and shape. Now, symbol commonly used to represent congruence is congruence of line segment. If two line segments have the same length, they are congruent. Also, if two line segments are congruent, they have the same length. Now, every line segment is congruent to itself. That is, here line segment AB is congruent to itself. Also, if AB and CD are two line segments, and AB is congruent to CD, then CD is congruent to AB. And if AB, CD, and EF are three line segments, and AB is congruent to CD and CD is congruent to EF, then AB is congruent to EF. Now, congruence of angles. Consider the figure 1 and 2. If we put figure 2 on top of figure 1, angle PQR matches exactly with angle ABC. Thus, angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. Or, angle ABC equals angle PQR, since angle measure is 40 degrees. Consider figure 1 and 3. If we put figure 3 on top of figure 1, angle LMN and angle ABC do not cover each other exactly. So, they are not congruent. And measure of angle ABC and angle LMN are not equal. Consider the figure 1 and 4. Here, rate YX and YZ appears to be longer than rate BA and BC. So, it may appear angle ABC is smaller than angle XYZ. But, remember, the ray in the figure only indicates the direction, and not any length. So, if we put figure 4 on top of figure 1, we will find the two angles are also congruent. So, now we may write angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR is congruent to angle XYZ. Therefore, if two angles have the same measure, they are congruent. Also, if two angles are congruent, their measures are same. Congruency of an angle, entirely, depends on the quantity of their measures. So, to say two angles are congruent, we sometimes say that the angles are equal. Congruence of triangles. Now, two triangles are congruent if they are copies of each other. And when superposed, they cover each other exactly. Here, triangle ABC and PQR have same size and shape. They are congruent. So, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. This means, when triangle PQR is placed on triangle ABC, vertex P falls on vertex A, Q falls on B, and R falls on C. Also, line segment PQ falls along AB, QR falls along BC, PR falls along AC. Thus, if two triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts, that is, angles and sides, that matches one another are equal. Now, if we place triangle PQR on triangle ABC, and P falls on B, then should the other vertices also correspond suitably? This shows that while talking about congruence of triangle, not only the measures of angles and length of sides matter, but also the matching vertices. In the above case, the correspondence is A corresponds to P, B corresponds to Q, C corresponds to R. We write this as triangle ABC corresponds to triangle PQR. Example: if angle RQT equals angle TQS equals angle SQP, then find the angle which is congruent to angle SQR. Here, assume angle RQT equals angle TQS equals angle SQP equals x. Now, angle SQR equals angle RQT plus angle TQS. Angle SQR equals 2x. Also, angle PQT equals angle TQS plus angle SQP. Angle PQT equals 2x. From 1 and 2. Angle SQR equals angle PQT. Therefore, angle SQR is congruent to angle PQT. Criteria for congruence of triangle. Side-side congruence. If three sides of one triangle are equal to the three corresponding sides of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Side angle side congruence. If two sides and the included angle of one triangle are respectively equal to the two sides and the included angle of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Here, AB equals PQ, BC equals QR, and angle B equals angle Q. So, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Angle side angle congruence. If two angles and the included side of one triangle are respectively equal to the two angles and the included side of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Here, angle B equals angle Q, angle C equals angle R, and BC equals QR. So, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Right angle hypotenuse side congruence. If the hypotenuse and one side of a right-angled triangle are respectively equal to the hypotenuse and one side of another right-angled triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Here, C equals PR, BC equals QR, and angle B equals angle Q equals 90 degrees. So, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Note, if three angles of a triangle are equal to three angles of another triangle, then the triangles are not necessarily congruent. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. If there are two triangles that are congruent to each other by any of the following rules of congruency, that is, side angle side angle, right angle hypotenuse side congruency, then their corresponding sides as well as angles must be equal to each other. So, if triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR, corresponding vertices are A and P, B and Q, C and R. Corresponding sides are AB and PQ, BC and QR, CA and RP. Corresponding angles are angle A and angle P, angle B and angle Q, angle C and angle R. Example: the figure shows kite ABCD and the measure of marked angles. Find A and B. Given, angle BAC equals 2A plus 30 degrees. Angle DAC equals A plus 50 degrees. Angle BCA equals 3B minus 10 degrees. Angle DCA equals B plus 20 degrees. We know sum of interior angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. And in a kite, the angle where the unequal sides meet are equal. So, consider angles at vertex A. Since angles at vertex A are equal, 2A plus 30 degrees equals A plus 50 degrees. A equals 20 degrees. Consider angles at vertex C. Since angles at vertex C are equal, 3B minus 10 degrees equals B plus 20 degrees. B equals 15 degrees. Therefore, value of A and B are 20 and 15 respectively. Example: triangle PQR and triangle PQS are right-angled triangles. Angle RPS and angle PQS are angles of 90 degrees each, and RP equals QS. Prove that triangle PQR is congruent to triangle PQS and PS equals RQ. From triangle PQR and triangle PQS. Given, angle RPQ equals angle PQS equals 90 degrees. RP equals QS. And PQ equals PQ common base. Therefore, triangle PQR is congruent to triangle PQS. Reason is, from side angle side congruency. Also, PS equals RQ. Reason is, from corresponding parts of congruent triangles. This ends our topic on congruence of triangles. Thanks for watching. Check out our other videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until then, stay safe and live healthy.